Thursday the 18th and I've been to Aldi and they've got their winter veg, Christmas veg on special offer, 8p. White potatoes, carrots, parsnips, Brussels sprouts, swede, red and white cabbage, all 8p each. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, last Christmas I stored the white potatoes, some carrots, swede, and I think I might have had 1 or 2 parsnips, and I stored them in some leaves, dried leaves, in an old coffee bean sack in the garage, and they kept right through. I was using the last ones just before Easter, so that's what I intend to do again. I've just got 2 bags of white potatoes. The offer's on until the 25th, I think, if I remember rightly. I'll have to check that. So I will be passing a Lidl, because Lidl are going to be doing similar offers, as are Tesco's and the other supermarkets. I don't know how much they'll be at the supermarket, the bigger supermarkets, but I do know where there's an Aldi and a Lidl quite close together, because it's all right the vegetables being 8p, but if you're driving miles to save, you know what, if it's 15p at Tesco's, it doesn't make any sense. So this is what I've bought for now. I've got 2 bags of white potatoes, 2 bags of carrots, 2 swede, 1 white cabbage, 1 Brussels sprouts, and 1 parsnip. And while I was there, I had a good look round. I got some of this margarine spread, and that was, where's that? Let me have a look. That was £1.59. I did see some reductions. I got these brioche buns and they were 54p with the 50% off. And the salad tomatoes were 49p with the 50p off. And while I was there, I also got some more batteries. And do check the date on the batteries. Where is it? December 2030. And they'd got this cranberry sauce, and that was on special offer at 39p. So all in all, for all that, I spent £6.32. And there's been in the news headlines that inflation has fallen a little bit, and they were citing various items of food that had fallen. Well, was it yesterday, the day before, I called at Sainsbury's because I didn't have any eggs. And do you remember I used to buy these? Until about 4 weeks ago when I'd started to call at a Tesco's because they'd got eggs reduced there. These are dated the 1st of January. Excuse me. These are dated the 1st of January. Mixed size free range eggs. Well, these haven't come down in price. These are now £1.95. So the eggs have gone up. But I thought with this winter veg, I will roast that lamb joint that I got half price on special offer from Tesco's. I'm just parboiling the potatoes and the carrots that I'm going to put around the lamb in the same water that I'm going to cook the swede in. And then I shall take the carrots and the potatoes out, let them dry off, and then roast them with the lamb. And then later on, when the swede is almost cooked, I'll add the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts. I'm just going through the vegetables And what I'm doing is I'm picking the best ones out to store. You want the best quality to store. And if you dry them overnight, or even for a day or two, the skins will harden so they'll store better. So these are the potatoes that I'm still going to put them on a rack overnight because they will store better in the fridge if they've dried out rather than keeping it in the plastic. But you see how there's marks on them? Or some of the carrots are split, like that one. I will still put these on a rack and dry them overnight and then store them in the fridge. Of course, if you've got a freezer, you can prepare them and blanch them and put them in the freezer. I'll make mashed potatoes into croquettes and put them in the freezer. But this is how I store them in the garage. Of course, the Swede, just leave those, and those will, the skin will harden on those as well. So I shall be putting those in the garage, maybe in a day or two, in the dried leaves. My dinner tonight. Roast lamb. I can't remember the last time I had roast lamb. And that was half price from Tesco's. I did have a couple of, well, I had 4 little sausages left, so I cooked those with the roast lamb. And those vegetables were all 8p each from the Christmas veg. And as you can see, there's plenty left over, just from what I've cooked today. And those are the vegetables, well, the potatoes and the carrots that I'm drying out, and the Swede that I should be putting in the garage. And these are the vegetables. Even if I'm putting them in the fridge, I always take them out of the plastic overnight, or at least for a couple of hours before I put them in the fridge in the salad drawer, and they keep an awful lot longer. Thursday evening, and I thought I'm going to call at Tesco's. So I did, and look, their winter veg is now on special offer. If you've got a club card, it's down to 15p. And then I went on to the meat section again to see if they'd got those joints of meat. And these again are on special offer with your club card. It's better than half price, it says. And it was, what time was it? It was 7:45 and there was still quite a lot of joints left, look. And I picked up this, the top part of the leg this time, half leg of lamb, with your club card, £5.45. I just got 1 bag of potatoes and I've looked the best I could, and I thought I might be able to store most of those. And I got a bag of parsnips as well with the club card, 15p each. And I don't think I made it clear on the previous video when I was showing you these that I'd got. The ones that stored, the vegetables that stored the best, the ones that stored right through till Easter, were just 1 or 2 left, were the potatoes. The next best was the Swede. That lasted a long time. The carrots probably lasted, if I remember rightly, about 8 weeks. And the parsnips 2 or 3 weeks. So these look to be quite good quality. So I'm going to take these out of the plastic and dry them out overnight. And as you can see, these have been out, what now, about 5-6 hours, maybe 7 hours. And they're already starting to dry up, look. So they'll store a lot better than if you'd have just tried storing them as soon as they've come out of the plastic. So tomorrow morning we'll go in the garage and we'll store these and see how long they last this time.
last year I did actually try and separate them in layers, but when I picked the sack up they all mixed up anyway. So in here I've got 1 swede, probably about 2 bags of potatoes, some carrots, probably about a bag, and 3 or 4 parsnips. But I shall go back and get some more potatoes. But this is the old coffee sack, and I'm going to put it over there on top of the mushroom crates, because then there's a good airflow. So we'll see how long they last. So if you've got some of these cheap festive vegetables, how are you going to store them?